Yo, what's up guys, Boss here, and I'm back from the YouTube video, and this time we're going to be playing some ladder using this new miner control deck, which in my opinion is going to be the best miner wall breaker deck in the game right now for a while. As you guys know, Elite Barbarians got buffed, and unless they get emergency nerfed soon, you guys are surely going to be seeing them a ton the next few months until the next balance changes. So as you guys know, this deck with Bomb Tower and then of course Knight instead of the Elite Barbarians was really strong, but with the Bomb Tower getting nerfed and the Knight, ebarbs are just a perfect replacement to the Knight and Tesla for the Bomb Tower. Honestly, Tesla has proven to be, after the Bomb Tower nerf, probably the best building in the game. We've seen it branch out and not just be used in Expo decks, but we've seen it now in miner control decks. Some people even used, it's a weird RG Cycle Tesla deck, and then there's just some other weird Tesla decks that just have been replacing Bomb Tower decks. So Tesla, watch out for it. It could be the new best building in the game right now. It's just been being used a ton ever since the Bomb Tower nerf. So if you guys want to support me, you can use my credit code BOSS. Help support me, the channel, and I really do appreciate it. And we're 1096 right now. Haven't really played many games. Season just started. But before we get in the first game, we have a sponsor for today's video. Thank you so much, D-Man the Defenders, for sponsoring today's video. So there's tons of different game modes in this game, and the first one I'm showing you guys is the tower defense gameplay, where your goal is to build heroes to defend against the swarms of troops. There's even some famous tourist attractions, and there's so many different maps you can choose from. The next thing I'm going to show you guys is the player versus player game mode, where players from different servers can compete together in cross-server warfare, where you assemble your team and try to take down the opponents. Remember, collecting cards and heroes is an important part of this game. Right now, I'm going to summon 10. We're going to see which ones we get. I'm going to do it right now, and we're getting a lot. Some of them are elite heroes too, which are really strong. And what I'm going to do is show you guys how you can get some rewards in order to get your own heroes when you get the game. So what you're going to do is click on your profile icon, go to redeem gifts, and enter my code DMENBosscr. And for me, I already redeemed it, so I can't do it. But when you guys type that in, you're going to get some free rewards, which is really going to help you progress in this game. There's so many different kinds of heroes in this game. And what's awesome is they're always coming out with new ones. You can see here, Gluttony is new, Dragon is new as well. All heroes are different. They have different skills and abilities that make them all very unique. I'm going to show you guys a couple of my favorite ones. If we scroll down here, you can see Freddy. I just think he looks pretty cool. I use him in a lot of my battles. And then we'll scroll down a little further here. Metal, Clown. Both of these are my favorite ones, and you guys can collect so many different kinds of heroes. There's dozens in the game to choose from. The last thing I'm going to show you guys is Hela's Abyss, which is my favorite game mode, which you guys are seeing right now. If you guys want to download this game, experience it for yourself, there's so many different kinds of game modes you can choose from, and remember to use my code to get some free rewards. The link will be in the description. D-Men, let's go. May the joy be with you. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get into the first game and try to push up here with this deck. So we found our first game versus Dracula. Even though it has ebarb, so it's a little bit more expensive than the Knight variant, which you guys, remember before the balance changes, I still think it's good to make the first play, because overall, I would say this is a cycle deck. 3.1 average elixir. That, to me, I would consider it a cycle deck. Not like very fast cycle, but it's still a cycle deck. In my opinion, any deck that's like 3.3 or less, you could kind of consider a cycle deck. I mean, 3.3 is kind of a stretch, but 3.1 I definitely think is a cycle deck. So he's going to have a baby dragon. I think we just go Tesla here. Tesla is very, very good against air cards, even better than the Bomb Tower, but of course the one thing you do lack is the splash. But I think it's fine overall because you have the ebarbs, and we're going to pressure here. Why? He has his baby dragon out of cycle, so the bats are just going to be very annoying for him. You can see here he actually had to kite with a golem, but look at how much damage he's going to take. Night Witch should be going down here. Yes, it does, and we get quite a lot of damage. Now this is going to be a little scary, but I think we'll be fine. He's actually going to go ahead and play ebarbs. So we're going to get a really nice fireball here, hitting the ebarbs and the golemites, and then we're just going to go ahead and pressure with wall breakers. So pretty clean defense. Wall breakers unfortunately will not connect, but at least now we know what he's using. He just has basically a standard golem ebarbs deck, which a ton of people have been using after the ebarbs buff. Honestly, guys, this is kind of like a beatdown meta. Golem has been making a comeback. Like, so many people have been using Golem. It's kind of been crazy. I think Golem actually finished 5th in the world last season. Let me know if you guys would like to see a Golem video soon. I don't think I made one in a while, but I might as well because it's good in the meta, especially with ebarbs. So we'll cycle ebarbs here and see what he wants to do. So he's going to go for a Night Witch. I guess we'll go Spear Goblins like this. We'll go for a Miner. He might kite with a Golem again. We'll see what he wants to do. Miner is going to distract the Baby Dragon, which is great for us because it's going to mean he has to spend a lot of Elixir to take out the ebarbs. He actually goes for his own. That's fine, so we'll just log this. I think we should just let the Baby Dragon lock on here, to be honest. He's going to go ahead and play a Golem. So I think that means we should be able to take his tower here because he's going to be pretty low on Elixir. So let's go for kind of like a low Tesla. We'll do our best to defend. Don't know if we'll be able to, but we'll see what we can do. I think we actually should be able to defend because we just cycle back to another set of ebarbs, so there should be no way that he's able to break through and get much damage. He does go ebarbs here, so we got to watch out, but we can kite with wall breakers here, and then our ebarbs helping out, so we'll just go like that for Spear Goblins. We'll go for Miner, we'll go for Bats, and this should force the Baby Dragon out of him, which is spending a lot of Elixir that you can't use to build up the Golem push that he needs to do. He finally gets the King Tower activated, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter. I feel like it's a little too late at this point because we already have his tower almost in double Fireball cycle range, and we're actually going to be able to Fireball right here because he, great for us, gives us a free Fireball, which I'm obviously going to take. We can go for a Miner in the back. We can go for a Log. And I think at this point, I'm pretty sure we can just spell cycle because all we need to do is get back to one more log. So let's just be really careful here. After the Miner, we have log back in rotation. Should be able to get it down in time. If he had a couple more seconds, he probably would have taken our tower, but we get the dub versus a pretty popular Golem deck in this meta. As I said, Golem ebarbs has been trending for a while. Finished 5th in the world last season, so as I said, little off topic here. But let me know if you guys would like a, he doesn't have it on his profile, but trust me, he used Golem. Anyway, top 800, let's go ahead and search for the next game. Alright, here we go, we found our next game here. Give this guy the good luck. So, we can just play Bats in the back. We could split them, or we'll just split them, why not? You can also play them all in one lane if you're going to Miner anyway in the same lane, but splitting them's fine just in case they want to play something in the other lane. I don't really know, but it doesn't really matter that much anyway. So he's going to go for an E-Drag. E-Drag could mean it's probably going to be some heavy deck of some sort. He's going to go ahead and go for E-Barb, so we're going to set up a Tesla. We're going to go for a Fireball and everything there. And then we're going to go for Wall Breakers. Pretty clean defense. He's going to get one E-Drag hit. Not too big of a deal in my opinion. And this is looking like it's probably going to be Elixir Golem. So obviously here we would prefer having the bomb tower, but I think we can still win with Tesla because we have the Fireball, we have a lot of pressure cards, and overall, I just think as long as you play well and don't make mistakes, you definitely can beat Elixir Golem with most decks that you're using. So he does go for the Elixir Golem in the back. It actually is only level 12. We'll see how much of a difference that ends up making in this match. We'll go for Elite Barbarians. And then I'm probably going to go for a Tesla. We want to make sure to play it pretty low. Actually, we can't Tesla. I think we instead need to Fireball this here. We're going to get a bunch of Elixir. And really clean defense. So we're actually going to go ahead and pressure here. He might go E-Drag. If he does, we play Wall Breakers after. So he goes Arrows, which means we can play Wall Breakers. He probably doesn't have enough Elixir to stop it. And even if he does have the Elixir and stops it, then he would be really dry on Elixir and have none to go in for a push. So if he goes Elixir Golem in the back, I'm probably going to go E-Barbs at the bridge in the opposite lane to ensure that we take his tower. And even though we might take ours, I at least want to make sure we have his. So we're going to cycle Log. He goes for the Elixir Golem, so let's go E-Barbs at the bridge. See if he defends. He might not even defend. Okay, he does. And actually that's perfect because that's an even trade, and now he can't support his Elixir Golem as well, so I'm perfectly fine with that. We're actually still going to keep up the pressure a little bit here, and then we're just going to go for a Tesla on defense, and he's spending so much Elixir on defense that I'm thinking he probably can't support this as well as he would want to. So Really nice fireball here. Pretty good defense. And then let's go for the split ebarbs. We can go for one wall breaker behind this. We can go for bats here. And looks like, guys, we're overwhelming him. Really good defense on our end. We didn't even need the bomb tower. We were still able to get the win. I don't even think Tesla was what won us the game. I think in this match, it was, of course, the fireball, which got us so much value, which shows you don't even need to have the bomb tower when you have that fireball for the splash anyway. So, one of the most toxic decks in the game we just beat. Honestly, people are realizing it's not as good as everyone thought. Like, less people are using Elixir Golem Rage now, especially in the top 200. You're not seeing it as much. Anyway, one game away from 5,900. I don't think the thing updated because I was already, I think, top 800 before that game. But anyway, let's go and search for the next game and see, guys, when we find it. Okay, here we go. We found our next game versus King. So, we could wait a second. If he's not going to do anything, we'll just cycle Spear Albums at the bridge. We won't go Miner 2. I think that's a little aggressive playing 5 Elixir before you know what they're using. He's going to go for a Cage. So, we'll just cycle Bats. Cage could be a few different things, but usually it's something like Graveyard, Golem, Electro Giant, but something along those lines. So we can pressure with wall breakers here. We'll just go for a defensive miner. I don't really want to play ebarbs on that because I feel like that's a little bit of an overcommitment on defense in my opinion. And he's going to have Dark Prince. So it's looking like it's probably going to be Electro Giant if I had to guess. It could also be Golem, but I'm leaning towards the Electro Giant, which I don't think is that bad of a matchup, especially because the Tesla is just so good against the Electro Giant, obviously, which is why Expo is such a hard matchup when you're using Electro Giant, but he could still win by getting good values with his Lightnings. We, of course, need to be very careful. I guess we can just go ahead and cycle Wall Breakers. He's going to go Ice Wizard, and then I guess we'll go Miner in the opposite lane. And he's just going to go for a Barbara, which is fine. So we've barely gotten any damage, but I think this is okay because in this matchup, you don't really need to have a huge lead in single elixir. I still think you can win and get a lot of damage in double and triple because you can still outcycle them just because you have a much faster cycle, even if it's double elixir. They can build up pushes, but at the same time, you can still outcycle them. So one ebarb might make it to the tower. No, it doesn't look like it, unfortunately. I guess we'll just go for a defensive miner like this. Hopefully it distracts the baby dragon and the brawler. It does, which is nice. And he's going to go ahead and play his Electro Giant in the back. So let's go ahead and pressure here because I'm pretty confident that we can just defend it with a Tesla. But it, of course, depends on if he's willing to Lightning the Tesla by itself or if he's going to... let's see here. I'm not gonna lie, this is not going too well. We'll go for bats on this, go for wall breakers. He just goes for a cage. No. Good game. I guess maybe isn't as good of a matchup as I thought, or I didn't play it as well. But yeah, regardless, probably could have played it better. All right, here we go. We found our next game. So he's gonna say oops. I guess we'll say whoops too. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate. He does that, and we don't have a log in cycle, so that's pretty annoying. We're going to have to take a bit of damage. At least we have a counter push, though. So he goes for Goblin Gang. Alright, looking like it's probably just going to be log bait. He either has the Tesla or the Inferno. Tesla has been really popular recently, as I said, so I would not be surprised at all if it is the Tesla. So let's do this right now. This will probably tell us if he has a building or not. And it is going to be the Inferno. So, honestly, when I'm using minor wall breakers and playing against log bait, I 100% prefer them to have Inferno. And the reason why is because it makes their cycles slower, and they often have a more difficult time keeping up with your pressure. And them having to spend 5 Elixir on wall breakers is a pretty bad trade compared to just them having to spend, you know, 4. Honestly, that was a really good Ice Spirit on his end. I got to give him credit there. But now he's going to have to deal with this counter push. I mean, I guess he defends it all right. So, yeah, quite an unlucky start for us, but at the same time, good Ice Spirit on his end. The unlucky start that I'm referring to is when he went for the Goblin Barrel when I didn't have the log and cycle, and you got a few hundred damage off of that. But I think we can come back for sure, especially with him having the Inferno. I think our bats will get a lot of value. We just have to watch out for the princesses and the ice spirits. Let's see. We can go ahead and cycle bats. I think we'll go for a miner like this. It's the best place to try to like predict a princess if they go for one on your bats. Instead, he goes for the ice spirit. He misses it, so he's forced to go Goblin Gang. I'm fine with that. So let's go Spirit Goblins like this, just in case he decides to go for Princess of the Bridge or something like that. And then we need to go Wall Breakers to cycle back to our log ASAP, so we have that in cycle for his Goblin Barrel if he chooses to play that. So it looks like he does. I think I'm just going to go for a Tesla, honestly, on this Princess. And he's going to go for an Inferno. So I'm going to go ahead and distract with a Miner, so then that way the ebarb can apply some pressure here. And then we'll go for Spear Goblins. He's actually going to go for the Rocket Cycle. Might be a little risky, but I guess he's confident that he's able to, yeah, do it without too much of a risk. I am going to go for a log here. Looks like it pays off because he ended up going for a Goblin Gang. Double wall up. Nope, I lied. Both of them don't connect. But luckily we do get the bats on top of the tower. So yeah, just like that, we end up making a comeback, and we actually take the lead because that rocket was really aggressive, so we got to make sure we're keeping up the pressure. He goes log. He goes for the rocket again. Potentially not learning his lesson from last time. We'll cycle Fireball here. We end up predicting the Goblin Gang, allowing the Miner to get so much damage on the tower. He can't go Princess at the Bridge because the Tesla's down. Pressure again with Spear Goblins. We have log in rotation if he decides to go for a barrel. Spear Goblins connect on the tower. We don't fall for the juke, and I think we should be able to win this game. Really aggressive rockets from our opponent, and that's what's been allowing us to win. So Miner on the tower too. Fireball range, that's all we needed. We can let this Princess lock on, and that's actually in log range anyway. So GG, pretty easy matchup in my opinion. He just got some free damage at the beginning because we didn't have the log in rotation, which was unfortunate. But when we were able to fix our cycle, we were able to come back in the end, getting a nice win there. So let's go ahead and search for the next game here. And yeah, we should find it pretty quickly. Yeah, here we go. We did find it really quickly. So Reverse Destructor, Alex. We have Wall Breakers in our starting hand, which in my opinion is the best starting play. So we'll just go ahead and play those right away in the middle. One in both lanes to apply dual lane pressure. And he goes for a Zap. So Zap doesn't really tell me much about his deck. Looks like he's got Sparky. Sparky is not an easy matchup, but we definitely can win. So it really depends on what Sparky variant they have. I feel like if they have Goblin Giant Sparky, it's harder because then they have quite a lot of answers to your... Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, this is a really hard counter in my opinion, but this is a matchup that gets way easier in double elixir because you're able to keep up with their cycle better. But yeah, this is definitely a hard counter. I could have done a better job of distracting that Sparky, but yeah, the Sparky is very, very annoying to deal with, which is what makes this so hard. I'm going to go for a... Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pressure with everything in the left lane. We're going to have log in case he has like a Skarmy or something. looks like he's going to end up having ebarbs. Both of mine are on top of the tower. We are going to take his. I'm a little scared about this counter push, though. I'm not going to lie. Okay, we have to give up the tower. There's no way we're stopping that Sparky and the push on the left lane. I think we made the right call there, though. We're going to go Miner. He's going to have to play a Zap on this. Or Mega Minion. That's actually even better because he has to commit 3 Elixir. So we're looking all right. We're looking all right. Potential comeback. Like I said, the matchup gets better as it goes on. It's really, really hard to defend their first Sparky push. We're going to go for wall breakers like this. I think we could go ebarbs, because by the time he Sparkies, hopefully they get some good value. Or we could even try to distract the Sparky like this. Beautiful. That was really clean. So yeah, we're definitely potentially making a comeback here. So we're going to fireball this for sure. Amazing fireball value. Wow, I couldn't have asked for better fireball value than that. We're going to go for ebarbs. We're going to go wall breakers. And then we are going to go Spear Goblins. And that should be a good game. Let's go, guys. We end up beating Sparky. Honestly, it's only hard in single elixir. Like, it just gets easier as the match goes on, as I said. I know this because I'm a Sparky player myself. Whenever I'm using Sparky and I'm versus minor wall breakers, I'm pretty much guaranteed to take their tower in single elixir. But then in double elixir, they have a good chance of coming back because you can't keep up with their pressure because they just have a much faster cycle. But you saw we were able to defend much easier when we got in double elixir. It was not a problem at all. So we'll go for one more game, I think. 674th now, working our way up. But yeah, we'll go into one more game. This will be the last and final one. And yeah, we'll see. I'll probably find it pretty quickly. I don't think we'll need to edit out the search time, but if it takes too long, then I will. But we'll see. Yeah, here we go. That didn't take too long. So reverse Huncho. So win or loss, this will be our last game here. And we'll see what this guy is using. So we'll go ahead and cycle wall breakers. And he's going to go for a minion horde. So minion horde isn't used a ton. So I'm kind of curious what he's using. It could be like some log bait deck. It could also be... So he doesn't get the king activation. I don't know if he was going for that or if he was just pulling it away. So we'll cycle ebarbs here. And he goes minor. Really curious what this guy... I think this is lava. Yeah, oh no, that's annoying. Now I don't have my ebarbs in cycle to pressure. Definitely fireball that there. Okay, we have to keep up the pressure. I think this is lava. That means we have to be pressuring a lot this match because we can defend a lava push because the Tesla's OP, but overall we don't have too many air counters, especially since he has Zap. So we got to be careful here. We're going to let that connect. He goes Lava Hound. So the question is, can we take his tower right now? He doesn't have the... Let's see what his ground card is. If he ignores that, that's going to, like, take half of his king tower. So he goes for... the balloon. Go for, like, that. Go for a fireball. And then he might go... I'm going to predict that he's going to go minion horde or something. Hopefully that doesn't take the tower. It does. Oh, guys, I just made a pretty costly mistake. I thought that wasn't going to take the tower, but it did. As a result, well... that may have cost me the game. Not a guarantee, but... Tesla's so good, oh my gosh. We were able to defend that onslaught of troops all because of the Tesla. That's insane. So he goes for the fireball on defense. That's really good for us that he had to fireball that. So we're still in this game. That's really good. He goes for the lava again. Pressure with wall breakers. I'm actually going to go for ebarbs. One wall breaker connects. We're going to go for a fireball. Please, 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 please connect. One connection, two connections. That's going to be a good game. We end the video off a win against Lava Hound, which in my opinion isn't easy, but the ebarbs are so broken and allow you to pressure them really hard whenever they go lava in the back, so you're able to get the win. So that's going to be it for the video. Nice little push for you guys. I know it's early season, so like nothing crazy. I'm not insanely high up either because last day of the season I was playing like so much, probably like 8 hours. But honestly, if you're going for a really good finish, you have to play a lot last day of the season. A lot of the, well, like, you know, ladder players who try to go for good finishes have to play a lot. Some even play all day. It's crazy, but yeah, so I wasn't really playing much yet this season. So next video I'll try to push up even more. But 563rd, not bad. Really good. Yeah, minor control deck in my opinion. Tesla's the new bomb tower in my opinion. I don't know if it like necessarily needs a nerf, but here's what I'd like to see, to tell you guys the truth. Especially with Mother Witch getting buffed, I would like to see a Tombstone buff, because Tombstone's pretty weak right now compared to other buildings, and Mother Witch is so good against it. So I would like to see a Tombstone buff. So then that way we don't always see, like in this meta, I feel like recently we've been seeing so much Tesla and like Mortar, and those have been kind of the two best buildings right now. I'd like to see Tombstone and Furnace a little bit used more. But anyway, that's it for the video. Like it if you guys enjoyed it, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. On a journey to 70,000 subscribers. And yeah, thanks again. Until next time, guys.